What's up, ladies and gentlemen, on both channels? Today, I am going to review the first two episodes of the new Netflix original series, Star Search. So, if you don't know what this show is, Star Search was a show in the 90s that discovered acts like Christina Aguilera, my favorite singer of all time, my favorite vocalist of all time, Usher, one of my favorite entertainers of all time, Justin Timberlake, Kevin James, the comedian, was on there. Who else was on there? Beyonce was on there. Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, and a ton of other people. So Netflix decided to reboot it. And my goal, both for my personal life and for both of my channels, is to be more open to cover things and to do more things in my personal life, right? So I decided to watch this show. So this show is really unique for a singing competition show because it's a live singing competition show, which means you gotta be tuned in at well, you can watch the episodes after they're done airing live, but like the participation in this show is you gotta be in order to participate in this show you gotta be watching it live. So it's at 9 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday and Wednesday for the next 5 weeks. So for the next 4 weeks it's on. And I really enjoyed this show. So how this show works is you have a bunch of different categories, all entertainment categories. And you guys know, last year really showed me that I still have the love for acting that I do for singing. Like as a kid, I used to love entertaining people, right? Singing, acting, all that stuff. But last year taught me that I still have a love for acting almost as much as I love singing and entertaining people. So this show, like how it works is you have junior singers, so junior category. So this is like, I don't know what the age cutoff is, but you have junior categories, so that's kids and teenagers. You have variety categories, which could range from comedy to magic to a dog trainer to a an acrobatic duo to like that's what it could range to. And then you have group singers, so you have harmonizing groups and stuff like that. And then you have you have solo singers. You have solo vocalists, I mean. And so yeah. And the show is hosted by Anthony Anderson, great actor and great comedian. And then you have Sarah Michelle Gellar from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Chrissy Teigen, who has her own career, but most music people know her for being married to John Legend, right? And Jelly Roll, who everybody knows who Jelly Roll is. If you don't know who Jelly Roll is, he is one of the biggest stars in music right now. And Chrissy Teigen writes a bunch. She was a model. She's married to John Legend, and she writes a bunch of cookbooks. Right. So I loved this show. I didn't know what to expect because my mom's friend, who is a professional dancer, auditioned on Star Search. Actually, that's how she got her start. And I didn't know what to expect because I wasn't alive when Star Search was on, right? I didn't know what to expect, but I love this show. So like, how it works is the acts come on and they compete against each other. So like so say if it's two singers, right? Those two singers compete, and then you as an audience member, like the judges give their thoughts and all that, and then and then you, the audience member, are the fourth judge. So then, like, you can give them 1 to 5 stars. 5 meaning you thought they were incredible, and you thought and like, the more stars you give them, the more, like, good you think they are, right? And it's a really intuitive voting system that everybody can use, right? Um, and so how it would work is you give the people who just performed 1 out of 5 stars. The judges give their ranking and their thoughts, and yeah, my favorite performers out of these first 2 episodes were Caleb. I forget his last name, but this kid's been on Broadway a few times, and he's a kid. He's 11 years old. This kid's been on Broadway a few times. This kid reminded me of Michael Jackson, bro. That's how good I thought he was. Like, this kid reminded me of Michael Jackson. So it was Caleb versus this other girl named Blair. Blair was dope as well. She sang LeAnn Rimes' Blue, if you guys know that song, and stuff like that. And she was dope too. But like, only one can go through. So Caleb won. And Blair was incredible too. Like, I would be expecting stars from this show, right? Because the level of talent of this show is insanely insanely good. Then you have we're gonna do the music category, the singer categories first. Then you had Bear versus Izzy. Now, Izzy was good. He was good. He's a pop singer. He was good. He was good. Like, he was good. The last guy to close episode 2, so night 2 of Star Search, was an incredible singer and an incredible vocalist, dude. His name is Bear, and he's from Louisiana, and he sang Hallelujah by Brandon Lake and Jelly Roll. And guys, the judges were just announced for this show last week, so he didn't choose Hallelujah because Jelly Roll was there. He chose it because this guy, Bear, had to get over drug addiction, and he just wanted to praise the Lord's name by singing that song, and shout out to him for doing that. So he was an incredible vocalist. Even if you don't have time to watch this show, I recommend just watching that audition. He was watching that performance. He was an incredible vocalist, dude. And then you had the comedy category. One of the comedians I didn't find very funny. Still think she's very talented, and I have a lot of respect for her because she's 74 years old and she's still pursuing what she loves, right? Guys, you are never too old to start pursuing what you love, right? I don't care if you're my age, 23 years old, or you're 92 years old. You're never too old to pursue what you love in life. So, one of the comedians I didn't find very funny, but I still have a lot of respect for her because she's pursuing what she loves, right? And then the other guy, JR, he was really funny. Like, he combined like comedy and music, and sometimes that works really well. Like, Brad Paisley combines a lot of comedy in his music, and you guys know how much I love Brad Paisley, right? And sometimes that's a little like, you shouldn't blend them. But this JR guy had a really, really good voice. He was really funny, and like he had a lot of like, um, uh, stage, I don't know what you call it for comedy, but I'm gonna call it stage presence. He included the audience a lot and stuff like that. The magic category, there was some musicians in these. I mean, magicians, not musicians, magicians. Um, on, on this show as well. There was one kid that was 15 years old. He was really talented. And I can't wait to see what he does next. But yeah. And then the dance crews, like, for dance and magic and, like, acrobatic stuff, I don't know shit about those things, right? Like, dance I know a little bit about, but I'm not a dancer, right? I'm a vocal nerd, right? I can dance a little bit. Not like these kids can, though. Not like these guys can. But I can dance a little bit. But my passion for like music and stuff is, and acting and all the stuff that I'm interested in is mainly in the voice and what it can do, like the impressions that I can do and all that stuff. Like right? Like that stuff. But I still think the dancers were really, really, really talented. And like one thing I also like about this show is that it's global, right? So you could have somebody from New Orleans, and you could also have somebody from France, right? And they're competing against each other. Like, I remember there was one really, really, really cool magician that was really, really, really cool what his trick. I don't want to spoil his trick because I want you guys to watch this show. And then we're gonna talk about the harmony groups. I mean the group, the music groups in now, right? So there was one group that reminded me a lot of New Edition. So if you guys don't know who New Edition are, look them up. They're the group that Bobby Brown comes from. If you guys want to become a better singer and a better entertainer, look him up, who Bobby Brown is, right? And stuff like that. And watch performances on Bobby Brown and see how good of a vocalist and a entertainer he is, right? But they reminded me of New Edition. And remember there was a female vocal group that reminded me, like, they sang, honey, I know, Espresso, they sang Espresso, right? They made it their own. Like, they made it their own. They had a lot of, like, harmony stuff, they did a lot of, like, a lot of their arrangement reminded me of something that Ariana Grande would do with what she does in a lot of her music. So like, and you guys know how much I love Ariana Grande on both of my channels if you've been watching for a while, right? Like Ariana Grande is one of my three favorite vocalists of all time. So the female vocal group did a lot of similar stuff to what you would hear Ariana Grande do. So that like they were incredible as well. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed these first two episodes. I will be covering this week to week. Both this and American Idol will be covered week to week. Because an American Idol I'm going to post on both channels, just like I'm posting this to both channels. Because I know they had Jelly Roll, but originally I was just gonna post this to the Noah Briones channel, but once I saw they had country acts and gospel acts and stuff like that as well on Star Search, I decided to post this to both channels. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. God bless you guys, and I hope you have a great day.